tackles, carries. It's not all these things that Andy Reid is such a great coordinator, and he does such a great job of creating opportunities for his players. And so they're not all just grinded out. There's a lot of edge stuff. There's getting them the ball in space in the throwing game. So it's not like, hey, you're getting 30 touches a game and it's all between the tackles. It's not that way for him. And I'm telling you what, when he comes to the party, he's bringing a mouthful of Rydell because he will run your butt over. Right?
Rydell. All right, listen. He's got 56 touches through 3 games. That's 18.3 touches a game. Like, that's not a big deal. That is, first of all, he's a rookie. Second of all, he's not taking massive hits because he's running away from people. Third of all, why wouldn't you give him the ball? Think, he's averaging 8.5 yards a carry. Yeah. 9.5 yards a touch. Like, of course you're going to give him the football. This isn't the Chiefs have done this before. Larry Johnson 1 year. He had 390 touches you can't do that to a guy. That'll ruin his career. But 285 touches? That's regular.
Well, Kansas City don't care about his career. What Andy Reid cares about is this year. And every year we go through the same argument. What we do is we just change the jersey and change the name. You know, last year we were talking about the end of the month of September, Zeke. Oh, man, they're using him too much. Well, we didn't know what he could do. Like, these running backs, very seldom are they good for 2 contracts. So first of all, you need to get whatever you can out of them. And he's a game changer. The NFL will adjust to him. But what Andy Reid can do is use him as a decoy in November and December that opens up things for. So I'm not necessarily concerned about the carries. I need him on the field because he's one of the most feared weapons in the NFL.
And it seems like every great running back right now, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 guys, is either a rookie, second-year player, and at the very least on the rookie contract.
Like CC said, I mean, that ball attracts a lot of attention. And the guys on the other side of the ball are angry. Like, we just need to all get along. They're all angry, and they want to hit you. So, yeah, it'll wear you out now.
Dez Bryant has struggled for 3 weeks this season. Sadly, there have only been 3 weeks this season. Bryant has only 11 catches, 114 yards in total. However, when asked if he was still an elite receiver, Dez brushed off the criticism.
That's funny to me. No, it don't bother me because I know who I am, you know. I know I am, you know, and it's proof. Like I said, just because certain people don't see me, get targets get targets this game, it don't mean nothing. I feel like I got great film, I got great tape, and that's what I cared about. That was my whole focus.
CC, what does Dez seem to know that we don't know?
No, I watched the tapes. I watched the coach's copy. There ain't no great tape out there with Dez. There ain't no whole bunch of great separation. So, I mean, he sees what he wants to see. Now, I'm from the school of thought, every player, including myself, every player I ever met in the NFL, they all think they're better than what they are, myself included. And that's where Dez is right now. Dez, his performance, he's getting one-on-one, not cover 2, not bracket coverage like the elite receivers get, what A.J. Green gets, what A.B. gets in Pittsburgh, what Julio Jones gets. I'm going to tell you what was shocking to me was the first week of the season when I watched him play against Janoris Jenkins, and then at night I watched Julio Jones. And it looked like Dez was running in quicksand, and Julio Jones was running on a treadmill. Like, that's what it looked like to me. I know what the elite receivers look like. OBJ, Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, A.J. Green. These are the best receivers in football. And you can tell that based on the tape, the separation. And the reason why Dez is not targeted a bunch is because Dez is not getting open, that Dak is not feeding him the ball. So that's the reason why his targets are down. But he's had one-on-one coverage for 3 straight games. And there's no elite receiver at this point in his career that they would give that type of coverage to, and they would have those numbers.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think as you age, and all of us go through this as players, as you age, you physically get worn out. And Dez has had a bunch of injuries. And physically, what you have to do is continue to maintain what you can maintain, but you have to get to the point where you understand your skill set, and you find a way to get yourself open. You find a way to overcome your limitations physically. And the great players find a way to get that done. In year 8, you weren't what you were athletically in year 2 or year 3.
Right. Well, this is the thing, Stink. My career was totally different. All right, because I went 3 years in Philadelphia. Then I had, I had a rebirth in Minnesota. I actually didn't make the Pro Bowl until year 7, but I also made it in year 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Right. But the point being,
a normal arc for a wide receiver is not like that.
But your athleticism, I mean, you work your butt off, and I understand that about you. But your athleticism will diminish over time.
Yes.
But your knowledge of the game, your understanding of coverage, that's what has to increase. The guys that think they can come into this league and just beat people on athleticism are guys that have short careers, are guys that we talk about going, what happened to that guy?
Is that where we think Dez is?
Listen, right now the numbers would show you that that's where Dez is. When you're getting one-on-one coverage and people are just saying, hey, I'll beast you. Yeah. Like physically, early in his career, he'd be the guy tossing you on the ground and being wide open.
And Stink, he still has the athleticism. You can't. I watched his touchdown on Monday night. Odell couldn't have done that. Julio couldn't have done that.
Dez is good running with the ball, but we can't get the ball in his hand.
No doubt. No,
because he can't get open.
CC, I'm agreeing with you. My point is, it doesn't look like a guy to me that is a shell of his former self athletically. That's not what he looks like. He's still just as strong. He carried 7 guys 10 yards.
So what's the problem?
He, I think, got figured out. There's enough. The book's out on him. He stopped improving. The rest of the league caught up and then passed him.
Listen, he got a rookie quarterback.
Yes.
Okay? He likes Dez, but he ain't in love with Dez like Tony Romo. Tony Romo would force the ball to Dez like most quarterbacks do to elite receiver. Because an elite receiver, even when he's covered, he's not covered. But Dak does not do that. That's why his targets are way, way down. Dez, when you have that relationship he had with Tony Romo, he's going to throw you the ball even though you don't get the best looks. And right now, he doesn't have that luxury with Dak.
Right. Young quarterback doesn't throw receivers open. Like Tony Romo's going to throw you open. Even if you're covered, like Chris said, you body people up, you're going to catch the ball in front of you. A young quarterback will look at that and say, that's covered. Let me go. I'm going to go to my next read. And he's intelligent enough as a quarterback, and he's good enough as a quarterback to go, boom, no, boom, boom. Right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get it to 3. That's what he does.
How long before the Cowboys lose faith in him as a big part of the
starting happening? It's
and what is that? And does it look like less and less?
It looks like what we saw Monday. Guy had 2 catches. Now, one of them was awesome. Like, the catch wasn't awesome, but the play was awesome. But, CeCe, you mentioned 4 guys who are elite receivers. Odell, Antonio, Julio, AJ. Dez, it is not that long ago that Dez was on that list, and different people had different orders of that list. Since then, since the last time Dez was in that echelon, 2014, pardon me. So we've had the 2015 season, 2016 season, and 3 games into this year. Dez played 25 games. In those 25 games, he has 1,311 yards receiving. In the last 2 years, not only have all of those guys had at least one season of 1,300 yards, one season, not 25 games, one season. So is Mike Evans. So is DeAndre Hopkins. So is T.Y. Hilton. So has Brandon Marshall. So has Allen Robinson. Like, the numbers are there, man. You can, whether Dez wants to see him or not, he has, in a not a small sample size, he has not produced, forget being a top 5 guy. I think we named 10 guys, 12 guys, 14 guys who've been better.
This is what happens. You asked the question, well, will they lose confidence in him? Well, they're paying him elite money, all right? They need him to play an elite level if they're going to be an elite team late in the season. But you ever have someone call your phone? People like, man, I couldn't get a hold of you. It's like, yeah, I got voicemail and everything. Well, why didn't you call me back? There's a reason. I didn't want to talk to you. Eventually, when you don't get open, the coordinator and the coach, they don't want to talk to you, and they stop coming to you. So you start to see your targets going down. Now, they're doing a good job, Scott Linehan. They're trying to move him around. He was in motion a couple times. He was in the slot a couple times. Those things are foreign to him. So they're still trying. But at the end of the day, Denny Green always taught me this. Chris, can you beat the man against you? It's a mano on mono. And before we would go to the field, he would tell them, every player, get a player. And if you're a great player, get two. And Dez Bryant can't even get one right now.
All right, we're going to still keep talking about receivers. Just
Rat-a-tat-tat.
different shade of blue coming up. Odell, I don't like what